In Norse mythology, Sleipnir is Odin's eight-legged horse and one of the best and fastest horses. His name means the one who glides quickly. He can ride the sky, the waters, and the other worlds. His name means he who glides quickly. Sleipnir, best horse, bears runes engraved on its teeth. Sleipnir was conceived when Loki shapeshifted into a mare and was impregnated by the stallion Svadilfari. This was part of a plan by Loki to distract Svadilfari from helping a giant build a fortress around Asgard. Sleipnir is one of Odin's many shamanic helping spirits, ranks that also include the Valkyries and Hugin and Munin, and he can probably be classified as a Fylgja. Odin rides Sleipnir on his frequent journeys throughout the 9 worlds, which are held in the branches and roots of the world tree Yggdrasil. After the gods had created and ordered the 9 realms, they set about building a protective wall around their home of Asgard and the Hall of Heroes, Valhalla. While they are discussing how best to go about this, an unnamed man appears and offers to do it for them in exchange for the goddess Freya, the sun, and the moon. The gods are not eager to accept the proposal, but Loki, the trickster god, talks them into it. The gods place stipulations on the agreement, however, that the master builder must complete the walls in 3 seasons, spring, summer, fall, and must do so without the help of any other man. The builder asks if he can use his horse Svadilfari to help, and again, after Loki's influence on the discussion, the gods agree. It quickly becomes apparent to them that Svadilfari is no ordinary horse, as he can move stones from great distances faster than any man could. With his horse's help, the builder has almost completed the walls days before the deadline. The gods are not interested in paying what he asked and turn on Loki as the one responsible for the agreement. They tell him that he must fix this or face the worst death they can devise for him. Loki transforms himself into a beautiful mare, and that night trots out to where Svadilfari is moving stones. The stallion is instantly attracted to the mare and runs toward her, but Loki as mare bolts away into the woods. The builder runs after Svadilfari, chasing him all night, and so the wall is not completed by the deadline. The gods discover that the builder is a Jotun, a denizen of the realm of Jotunheim, land of the frost giants, who are enemies, or at least on uneasy terms, with the gods of Asgard. They call on Thor to take care of this problem for them, and he appears, smashes the builder's skull with his hammer, and that ends the difficulty the gods faced of the builder, perhaps objecting to non-payment. Loki as mare, meanwhile, has been finally brought to ground by Svadilfari and impregnated, later giving birth to Sleipnir. Odin took Sleipnir as his own, as chief of the gods, and rode him throughout the 9 realms on his various journeys. One day he rides in Jotunheim and encounters the giant Hrungnir, who admires Sleipnir. Odin boasts that his horse is the best to be found anywhere, and Hrungnir is annoyed, claiming that his own horse, Gulfaxi, is better and faster. Odin challenges Hrungnir to a race, and the two set off galloping on their horses toward Asgard. The Asgardians have no interest in allowing a Jotun inside their walls, but Gulfaxi is so swift that he is right on Sleipnir's tail, and Odin wins by only a hair's breadth. Feeling he must offer hospitality, he offers Hrungnir a drink, which the giant quickly drains and then calls for more. Hrungnir becomes drunk and begins threatening the Asgardians. He roars that he will kill them all, destroy Asgard, and take Odin's hall back to Jotunheim as a prize, along with the beautiful goddesses Freya and Sif, Thor's wife. Hrungnir has already kidnapped Thor's daughter Thrud, and so he is hardly well regarded even before he begins his drunken rant. The gods call for Thor, who challenges Hrungnir to a duel and smashes his skull with his hammer, just as he did with the builder of the walls of Asgard. The giant falls, and his leg lays across Thor's throat. None of the Asgardians are strong enough to lift it, except Thor's 3-year-old son Magni, who rescues his father. As a reward, Thor gives Magni Gullfaxi, so that now the 2 greatest horses in the 9 realms both reside in Asgard. Sleipnir is never depicted simply as Odin's horse, but rather as his companion, who shares in adventures. His death with Odin in the last great battle echoes not only their relationship, but also the way a Scandinavian or Icelandic audience would have understood horses, as liminal beings able to bridge the space between the land of the living and that of the dead. Horses were frequently included in Norse burials as they were considered essential to one's afterlife, but as with dogs, they were also understood as guides who would bring the soul of the deceased safely to its destination. Sleipnir falls in battle with Odin because he had to, in order to ensure his friend reached the other realm safely. The horse was always understood to be in tune with the will of the gods, and through them, with the vibrations of the universe, always knowing the swiftest way to any destination and always vigilant of their rider's safety. This idealized vision of the horse is epitomized in Sleipnir, who is praised as the best of all horses, not only for his speed, but his devotion to the one he carries.